Hello everyone, my name is Norm Kennedy and I'll be with you as we go through an introduction to Azure. In the Introduction to Azure course, we're going to cover a few topics, and the first thing we want to look at is what is the cloud, so we all get a basic understanding of what that cloud definition is. After that, we're going to dive into the different types of cloud services that are offered out there in terms of the different levels of control and management you might have with each level of service. We'll take a look at the Azure data centers, their global footprint, your ability to build and create items all over the world. We'll dive into the ability to set up a free trial so you can actually start getting your hands into the Azure world, have the ability for you to have a free account that you can use where you can build virtual machines, create networks, things of that nature. Then we'll want to review all the different areas that Azure actually offers us the ability to work with. Things like the compute services where we can work with virtual machines, the ability for us to go out there and work with networking so we can create communication capabilities between these machines, between the networks in our on-premises environment and things of those nature. We'll dive into storage where we have the ability to store files, to store VHDs as well, anything that we want to actually keep and have the ability to maintain up in the cloud. Then we'll dive into data and analytics. We'll take a quick look at things like Azure SQL database capabilities and other analytical services like machine learning. We'll take a look at what we have in terms of the ability to host websites and our mobile apps in the Azure world with web and mobile. We're going to look at the miscellaneous capabilities that we have out there, the ability for us to go out there and do things like work with Azure Active Directory, Content Delivery Network, and other items as well in the Azure world. And then we'll look at the different deployment models. The Azure deployment models will give us the ability to understand that there are two different deployment models and the differences between them. After that, we're going to dive in and look at the management interfaces. We have lots of different ways that we can actually interact within the Azure environment, and we'll discuss them. We'll look at the Azure portal itself, one of those management interfaces, giving us a graphical user interface or a GUI look at being able to manage, create, and monitor our Azure world. And then finally, we'll end with talking about Azure PowerShell, the ability for us to have a command line interface to actually go out there and interact within the Azure environment.